Todd MV wants to know, Gibbs, how to read man versus zone coverage. So what are some of the coverages you're going to see out there, and how can you read what they are?
That's a great question. I think it's one of the most asked questions we get every year. While there's no 100% way to tell the difference between man and zone, like there's just no foolproof way to know, there are some things that can aid you in knowing what you're facing. And it all starts with reading the safeties, which is your free safety here, Iloka, and then Williams, your strong safety. And then the next part of the equation is reading your outside corners, so Kirkpatrick and then Jones. Where you start when reading the safeties, you start with them first, and you need to determine, are there two high safeties or is there one high safety? What that's going to tell you, it's going to tell, is it a cover 4? Is it a cover 2? Is it a cover 2 man? It gives you enough intel to tell you what the safeties are doing, and then that can help you decipher what the underneath coverage is.
Can you go to a cover 3 to show what a one high safety would look like?
There you go.
So right there, that's what one high safety looks like. That means it's generally going to be cover 3 zone
or cover 1
or cover 1 man. After the snap is when you figure out man or zone, but if you go back to cover 4, you'll see that you have 2 high safeties. So 2 high safeties, it could either be cover 2, could be cover 2 man, but the way you can tell is that the outside corners are back. If it was cover 2 zone or cover 2 man, the corners are up more. And this is more of a general look that you see. So this is how you know it's either going to be cover 2 zone or cover 2 man. In Madden 18 specifically, with updates from last year's game, some zones will turn and play man, and that can surprise you.
Whew. Yes, it can.
But one way you can know it's cover 3 is in cover 3, you look at the safety, and if he drops down or even if he starts up, that's how you know. That's kind of how I figure out what it is. But after the snap is when you figure out man or zone. Okay, they're drifting back. It looks like zone.
Yeah, after the snap, it's up to you to make a read. So there are ways that people can disguise their coverage, and it's one of the reasons why when we tell you defensive setups, we always tell you base align press. When you base align, you're freezing your defense into one default position, and why I tell you to press is because press will give you put your defenders in coverage, make it look like man. Now, one thing you'll note here that you can get reads on is take a look at this corner over here. See how he's inside the receiver? That'll give you some intel. Okay, he's not in man because he's misaligned. So
yeah,
that can give you some intel right there. But what you could easily combat that by base aligning, pressing again, and then he goes out wide. So there's ways around and disguising things at a big time level. But what you then, it's your responsibility is at the snap of the ball. You then want to put your eyes on the safeties once again and see where they drop. Put your eyes on the linebackers. Are they dropping or are they matching? I like looking at where the halfback is, right? Because if I see this, say if I see man and the snap of the ball and I see the middle linebacker, he goes and covers, okay, it's man. I know it's man.
Yeah.
That's how my brain reads man. If it's zone, you'll immediately see all the guys drift away from the halfback, and then you know it's open, you know it's a zone coverage.
Very simple. So keep an eye out after the snap. That's when you're going to tell man or zone. But the little things you can do before the snap are, like if it's going to be cover 3 or cover 1, you don't want to look at the middle safety deep in cover 3 to figure out whether it's man or zone, because he's always going to be in a zone. He's never going to man up somebody from that spot in cover 3. So you'd want to watch a linebacker, see if he drifts away.
Well, here's a tell, right? If say you had a base line, in that instance, where this could be beneficial to read if it's cover 3, because this looks like cover 4, all intents and purposes. But what you get is this: if you read the safeties and you want to watch their drop step, right? If this safety drops to the middle and his step is inside, that's your tell. Okay, cover 3. And then if you watch another safety, if they step to the sideline, that's how you know. Oh, it's cover 3. If it's cover 4, they just step directly backwards. So snap the ball here. Those safeties, they just drop back. That's how you know it's now cover 4. If you want to get to that type of level of breakdown, and those are the ways some people play. I mean, that's how you play when you're playing. Like if you're a real quarterback in real life, they read middle field open or middle field closed, and that's all about reading where the safeties are, and that then tells them where they can deliver. What this actually is from a technical standpoint, from a football breakdown, is okay, is the middle of the field open or is the middle of the field closed? There's a great write-up on smartfootball.com, I believe, by Chris Brown that breaks a lot of this down. So if you get middle field open, what you get, and I very well could have this backwards, but if you have middle field open, you have what we say, okay, that tells you it's cover 3. That means I can throw the seams. It's cover 3. It gives you intel of where you're going to put the ball after the snap. Okay, cover 3, I want to hit those seams. So they split the seam, deliver a strike right there. Bang, he's got a big body, make a play. If your middle field closed, in this instance, again, don't murder me here if I have them backwards, but if your middle field closed, that would then tell you, oh, I can't throw middle of the field. I'm going to go horizontal game. I'm going to attack underneath. I'm going to attack sidelines. And that's exactly what you want to do if you face like a cover 4, cover 2 man. You don't want to go deep against that stuff because the middle of the field closed. I want to go underneath into the sidelines and get away from the strength of the defense. That's the basic understanding of middle field closed, middle field open, which is kind of what we just broke down there by reading the safeties. That's the intel it's giving you. And if you want to learn more about it, I definitely recommend literally go into Google and type in like middle field open, middle field closed, Chris Brown Smart Football, and you should find more information on it. And it is awesome stuff.